Welcome, everybody. I'm Lisa, and this is Seth, and we're part of the American Family Insurance social media team. Thank you so much for tuning in today. We have an amazing hangout planned for you, and we're so excited for you to have joined us.
Thank you, Lisa. I just have a brief message from American Family, and then we'll get right into it. So at American Family Insurance, we believe dreams are the most important things you own. And by staying active and making smarter food choices, you and your family are better able to choose dreams and go after them with more energy, health, passion, and purpose. That's why we're so excited to be partnering with our special guests today. 3 amazing food bloggers who share American Family's vision of helping families discover a lifetime of healthy choices.
Thanks, Seth. Let's meet our guests now. We have Isabel Lacid, founder of Sunday Supper Movement and blogger at FamilyFoodie.com, and Katie Compton, foodie extraordinaire and blogger at Ruffles and Truffles.
Hi there. It's such a pleasure to be here and to join you today. We love what you stand for. We love your mission, and we believe in dreams just like you. So thank you for having us.
So happy to have you with us as well. And last but not least, we have joining us Chef Dennis Littley, founder of the Google Plus food bloggers community and blogger at A Culinary Journey with Chef Dennis.
Hi, Lisa. Hi, Seth. Isabel and Katie, it's good to be here with you. Thanks so much for having me, and I've loved doing these hangouts with you guys, and every time we do one, it just gets better and better. And, you know, I've been trying to get healthier and eat better, so you guys are really helping me and pushing me into that right direction, so I thank you for that.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us. This is wonderful. Well, I'm here with Katie in Katie's Kitchen, and we're really excited today. So we love that this theme is all about getting families active and healthy and cooking better together. And really, as a mom, that really just spoke to me because that's something that we want all our children to learn, to just eat good food. So Katie is going to be doing a demo for us today, and she told me that her favorite food is pasta. And as we all know, we have to limit how much pasta we eat, or at least in moderation, and mix it up. And I have to tell you, Katie has come up with a fantastic recipe, and it is a healthier spin on her traditional pasta.
You did it. So taking it away from here?
Yeah.
All right. So
Guys, can I interrupt for 1 minute, please, before we get too far? Seth, I don't know if you saw the message. We don't have a video up on this event screen.
Just saw that. I'm adding it right now.
Okay, great. So if we can just...
My bad.
No problem. We'll just do a little song and dance right now while they're waiting. Before we get into the demo. I just want to make sure we had it before the demo. There we go. Do a little inversion for us, ladies.
Oh, you didn't know that I'm multi-talented?
Okay, we're live.
Well, people.
Sorry,
Okay.
everybody.
No problem. That's the beauty of live TV. We're good to go. So start on. Go ahead, Katie.
Oh, wait. Oh, okay. So we're going to start by, we're going to make a fresh tomato basil sauce, and we're going to have some pasta, and we're going to make zucchini noodles to go in with the pasta to lighten it up so that you're not having quite the load of pasta, and so you can still enjoy it a little bit more than just, you know, one big bowl of pasta that you might indulge in. So we're going to make it a little healthier. I used to never make fresh tomato sauce. I don't know what I was thinking, but do you make your own tomato sauce?
I do. I love making tomato sauce, and it's one of those things that my family would probably eat it, maybe not every day, but at least every week.
I probably eat it every day. I eat it from a jar, and I used to never make my own tomato sauce, and then I started doing it, and now that's all I want. I still have some jars on hand in case of emergency, but so fresh tomato sauce, plum tomatoes. To make about a regular kind of jar size of tomato sauce, you're going to need about like 10 plum tomatoes, about this size. Plum tomatoes are good because they don't have a lot of the extra seeds and extra liquid juice in there. So you're going to have to peel the tomatoes, and what you're going to need to do is you're going to cut a little X with a paring knife on the bottom of the tomato, not just enough to pierce the skin. Oops, it would help if my knife was facing the right direction. You're going to make a little X on the top. You're going to put it in a pot of boiling water for about 15 seconds, and then douse them in an ice bath. And that will release the skin so you can peel the skin right off the tomato.
That's a great tip. I love that. I didn't realize that it was that easy. I'm sure Chef Dennis probably knew that little tip, but I really like that.
Yeah, it's pretty healthy. You know, when you're making, I usually like to make a double or triple batch so that I can put it in some jars and then either put it in the refrigerator for a couple of days, or if I'm going to keep it long term, I put some in the freezer. So make a double, triple batch, and then you have a lot of extra. And
how do you freeze it? Do you freeze it in bags, or do you?
I put them in little containers. You could probably put it in bags. I've never tried that, but
okay. And then you defrost.
Freezer. Yeah, you can defrost it. I put it in the refrigerator to defrost it over time, and then I use it. But a lot of the times I eat it all before I actually get it. I eat it all way too fast. So once you peel the tomatoes, you're going to cut them into like quarters or halves, however big you'd like to do it. A couple big chunks. And then for those people who really like to, you know, get your hands into a pumpkin at, you know, Halloween, you're going to kind of stick your fingers in there and get the seeds out, and then throw them into a pan on medium to medium high with a drizzle of olive oil. And then if you want some garlic, I like garlic in mine because I'm a garlic fiend, but you don't have to. And you just let it simmer for about 20 minutes or so. When you see them starting,
what it looks like?
oh, as it cooks down, it's going to start getting a little thick. It'll be watery at first, and after about like maybe 10-15 minutes, you'll see the tomatoes start to get soft. And you go and use your handy dandy potato masher and just mash them down. Let them cook down. Throw in some basil if you have some fresh from the garden, which I do. And so while that's cooking, you're going to make your zucchini noodles, and you're going to be boiling your pasta too, meanwhile. But since Isabel's never done this before,
I have never.
we're going to make her do it.
I'm so excited to try zucchini noodles. Dennis, have you ever tried them before?
I have seen them. I have never tried them, and it's because I didn't know how to do it. So thank you so much for showing this to me, because I want to try it.
I know. I was the same way. I have no idea how to use this. So this is the first time, so please bear with me. I'm not a pro with this. So what do I do?
Okay, so we're going to cut the ends off the zucchini first
Okay.
to start, just so that there's a flat surface. Now there's, I have this particular spiralizing tool, but you can use a julienne peeler to make the noodles, or there's a bunch of other tools out there, so depending on, you know, what would suit you. This one's a little bit, I know I like doing this, so I bought the one that's a little more heavy duty because I'm putting it through its paces. But so we're going to stick it onto there. Nice.
Okay.
And then kind of direct it onto there.
Okay.
And then put.
That's
We're
it?
making noodles.
This is
Twist
it?
Kind of push it in. Push it towards there. There you go. Here they come.
Okay. I have to tell you, this is really easy. Wow.
See how they're noodly?
Oh, how fun. You know what a fun thing to do with kids in the kitchen, too. Now, can you treat these just like you would any type of spaghetti and pasta?
I've been using them in my pasta. I've been using them in stir fries and in lettuce wraps, because when I make those, I like to have everything diced really nice and small, and this is nice and thin, as you can see, so it cooks nice and fast when I make my...
Wow, this is great.
Now, can you eat those raw as well? I mean, are they good on sandwiches and stuff?
Yeah, you can. There's so many different vegetables you can use with this. Like, you could do a cucumber with this and make like a little cucumber salad with some feta and tomatoes.
I tell you what, this is really just so easy to do. What a great idea. I have never thought to substitute this for pasta. Excellent.
Go ahead and push it down.
And like I said, I think my kids would love this. I'm having fun and getting a little bit of a workout.
You're toning your arms, so it's also exercise.
Yes.
You're doing a great job.
Like, which muscles are we working here, people?
You know, I've heard of substituting spaghetti squash, and that's something that I do often, but really have never thought to do anything like this.
That's pretty cool. I think it'd be fun for kids to get involved with that too, because you made a game out of it.
I'm sorry. Yeah, there's a lot of different. My husband doesn't really like spaghetti squash, so once I got this, he is really a big fan of like making zucchini noodles, but he just kind of personally doesn't like spaghetti squash. When I made it for him, he's crazy. But so this is kind of fun because it puts a vegetable that he likes into a form that is really fun.
Well, Isabel, you did a great job.
So I like how thick these are, because I would say, how spaghetti squash is a little bit more stringy? These are actually like a little bit more of a robust veggie noodle, which I think is going to be fantastic. I can't wait to try this.
Maybe I'll let you have a bite. Before I eat it all. Okay, so we've made our noodles. So my sauce is simmering. I boiled my regular pasta, and for this, I use 1/3 pasta, 2/3 noodles, so that I'm reducing the amount of pasta I'm eating, but I'm still getting that same satisfaction of, having my bowl of pasta.
Excellent. That's great.
Katie Lane Richardson posted, and she calls them zoodles. Is that what you said?
Oh, I love that idea. Zoodles.
Zoodles.
Leave it to Lane to come up with a clever name for it.
Zucchini noodles. So clever.
I think during Sunday supper last week that came up, and that was one of the things that we posted was like, what's a zoodle? And I already forgot, so that's great. Thanks, Lane.
Okay. Sorry, where was that? Okay, so we're going to do 1/3 pasta, 2/3 zucchini noodles. So when the pasta's done simmering down nice and it's warm and it's ready, you're just going to add the pasta that's cooked al dente along with the zucchini noodles, and you're going to toss it in there for maybe like 3 or 4 minutes, just so that, because the zucchini is nice and thin already, it'll cook and be ready really quick. So putting it all together is not very time consuming. So I'm going to throw those in there real quick.
That's great. I have to say, I am so impressed with this recipe, and I wish you could all smell how good it smells in here. It's fantastic.
Garlic.
That garlic.
I bombed my house with garlic. It's good for you.
Yes, no, this is definitely one of those recipes that I will be trying, and something tells me that my kids are really going to enjoy it. Love the mixture of adding the zoodles. Did I say that right? Zoodles instead of the pasta.
Get that pasta in there. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. You're doing great.
Add a little scoop of pasta.
This is fantastic. As you can see, we're really cooking in Katie's kitchen, so we don't have your typical studio over here where we have the perfect stove setup, but this works, and in the end, it'll still be a fantastic recipe, for sure.
Reality. If I could have my kitchen set up to be a perfect studio, that would be wonderful.
So, Chef Dennis, if you were making this, what kind of sauce would you be making with these?
I would like to try them in a little bit of a cream sauce too, and of course, when I say cream sauce these days.
There goes the healthy.
Well, no, I'm not done. I'm not done. I make it with Greek yogurt sometimes.
Ah, look at you.
So the whole trick with using Greek yogurt, which I found out through trial and error, was because you can't heat Greek yogurt because it just turns to water and other stuff, is you heat everything up. You heat your noodles, you heat your zucchini noodles, get all the ingredients that are gonna be hot, then take room temperature Greek yogurt, mix it in, treat it like it was cream, and then put some little cheese in it and some seasonings in it, and you got a really healthy version of it then.
Oh, wow. Great idea. Love that suggestion. One of my favorite potato salads is one made with Greek yogurt, and it's amazing just how creamy and tasty it is, and you don't miss the mayo at all.
Now, the zing from the Greek yogurt's wonderful, and it goes really well with some grated Romano cheese too. So it's a really nice, especially this time of year. You want to eat a little lighter.
Absolutely.
Oh, yes. Definitely in Florida with the heat. Oh my gosh.
Yes. Absolutely. Okay, so what's going on back here? How are we making out?
I think we're about ready. I'm sure we're gonna put it in a dish, and I'll show you what it looks like right now.
Well, Cindy Kirshner's looking for leftovers already.
Tell her to come on over. We love to share.
And Renee Dobbs is seeing some shopping in her very near future.
I have to say, I am so impressed with this. I love these noodles.
And there's 3 different settings on the one that I have, so you can make big noodles.
Oh, I didn't know that. So Katie just said that you can make thicker noodles or shorter noodles.
Wow.
Tons of techniques.
Absolutely.
She is the zoodle queen.
All right.
This looks so good. I'm hoping she can get a little taste.
I'm greedy though. Who knows? So I'll put a little bit of Parmesan on it because you gotta have a little bit of fresh.
Absolutely.
All right. So do we?
Oh, little cracked black pepper. Oh yeah.
There we go. See that?
Oh wait. Oh, Emma, don't drop it and spill it on the floor. Oh no.
What is that? I don't know.
Did we lose you?
Yeah.
It says open capture. That's weird.
Don't worry about that. I mean, I just don't see.
Here we go. Can you
There you
again?
Ooh, super close up. Oh no, sorry. I don't want the noodles to fly out.
Good.
I feel this on my keyboard.
I got it. You're good.
All right, we're gonna have to have a little taste test here.
Oh, please, yeah. Taste it and torture us. Torture us.
So I'm gonna have to take a little taste test here and let you know how it turns out. Oh my gosh. Oh, that is so good. And one of the things that I love best, I love my pasta al dente. And this is, I mean, imagine just a really good al dente pasta. That's kind of the texture and that little bit of crunch when you bite into it. Fantastic. Great job, Katie.
Thanks.
There you go. Once again, the crowd goes wild.
Wonderful job. That is really, really good. And nutritious and delicious. What else could you ask for?
Guilt-free.
Excellent. Excellent. Now, we had some tips that you sent over. I don't know if we have time to. Do you want to share those now, or did you want to do anything else, or how are we looking on things there, Isabel?
Sure. Let's go ahead and share some tips. So Katie put some 10 tips together for families on how to eat healthy, how to create easy recipes but that are still nutritious, and really how to take some of those old favorites and reinvent them a little bit and make them a little bit more nutritious. So Dennis is going to pop some up for us, and Katie's going to give us some tips.
Okay. And I've just put up about Meatless Monday and your tip for Adopt Meatless Monday or a meatless day on one day of the week. You'll really see yourself adding more veggies into the routine and might just try something new in the process. And I think this was a prime example of that right there, Katie. So
yeah, this would be a meatless Monday dish, and we incorporate that at my house. We kind of do a couple of days a week now. We started out by doing it one day a week, and then started to realize there's so many different vegetables and different dishes we can make that don't have to have meat in them. And my carnivorous husband even, really gets into this. So, you're not really, you might be thinking of vegetables a little bit in a different way if you think about how you can make an entire meal out of them instead of them just being a side dish. So, and it doesn't have to be Monday. It could be Friday. It could be Tuesday. It doesn't matter what day.
It could be any day of the week. So what I need tips for Meatless Monday that my husband will like. Like, he's the tough one in the house that everybody else would devour this. My husband is the one that I have a hard time. So does anyone have any tips for me?
Yeah, men are the hard ones to really fight with this. I think if you go with some heavy pasta dishes, so we feel like we're getting filled up, some garlic bread alongside of it, a nice salad, just you got to kind of fool us into thinking we're eating meat. Now, I love eggplant parm for that reason because I can take that any day instead of chicken.
I agree with you. I love eggplant parm. That is definitely one of those that I could eat that quite often and be completely satisfied.
That's a good one. Well, we started ours with pizza. That was how we kind of transitioned into meatless because a lot of the times with pizza, like, we would order like a fresh tomato basil pizza or make one, rather. We grill them a lot. And so he wouldn't really even realize he was eating a meatless dish until afterward. I go, by the way, you didn't have any meat on that.
I know. The first time I made one, I wasn't even thinking, and then it was vegetarian, and then it was like afterwards, like, oh no, I just made a vegetarian dish. What am I going to do? I had to get a hot dog real quick or something,
You shocked yourself.
Burger. Oh no.
That's a great idea, though, to start off with pizzas because everybody loves pizza, right?
Yeah, exactly.
There's so much you could do with it, so that's a really great tip. I love it.
Excellent. And I put up another tip that you had, and it says color matching is an easy way to sneak vegetables into dishes. If your dish is white, you can add pureed cauliflower. Red or orange foods can be mixed with pureed carrots, pumpkin, butternut squash, or sweet potatoes. Green foods can be mixed with pureed spinach or kale. Those are some excellent ideas.
Yeah. So, like, when you match the color, it's kind of harder to kind of, notice that there's something different in there if you have somebody that's really picky. So, sometimes, even, like, when you're making a tomato sauce, adding some pumpkin puree into it, to add the extra bit of vitamins, things like that you might not normally, somebody might not want pumpkin. So, you can spoon that in there, add it, or in the puree. So, pretty cool.
That's a great idea. Does it change the texture at all, or is it still?
As long as you're not using it in excess, I wouldn't, add tons and tons, because somebody will start to detect it after a while if it overwhelms the flavor of what you're making. But if you're making a tomato sauce and you add like a couple tablespoons or of pumpkin or butternut squash or something, it might make it a little sweeter, but it's not gonna taste like pumpkin. I don't think it will.
And again, I think that's a fantastic tip for kids because especially, so many times the kids eat with their eyes and they automatically, oh, I don't like things that are green, I don't like things. But blending that in, that's really a great tip for cooking with kids.
Absolutely. Courtney Rowland just posted she made a meatless 7-layer burrito last night, and her husband loved it. Refried beans, guacamole, tomatoes, lettuce, cheese, sour cream. It was great. Then, if you can fool us like that, we don't think we're missing anything.
That's a fantastic idea. I didn't even think about that.
Beans are nice.
Yeah, thanks, Courtney. I love that idea.
And talking about purees, that's how I get my wife to eat beans because she won't eat beans. So I puree them when I put them into soups, and that way she's getting them without knowing.
It's really interesting that you say that, Dennis. So, being Portuguese, our soups are really creamy, but they were never cream-based. And I, for the longest time, couldn't understand how they made such creamy soups without putting in, flour or cream. And almost all the Portuguese recipes are based around a vegetable puree or a bean puree. So they use like the potatoes with a little bit of broth or even in its own water to thicken its own soup by pureeing it. Or carrots or beans are very common. So they'll puree the beans and then also throw in whole beans with it. And, it's such a healthy way to, like you said, get, a meatless meal, but that's still really hearty and tasty and creamy.
Absolutely. Yeah, I like okra as a natural thickener too.
I haven't tried that.
Yeah, okra, when you cook it down, it really kind of starts to thicken things up. It's a taste it's not really doesn't have a real strong taste, but it's just the side of it and the name I think keeps people away from it sometimes. But we both like okra here, and I use it in some dishes, so that I make.
That's a great idea. I've never tried that. I'm going to have to try it.
I just put up another slide. Now we're going to talk about a little bit of meat, but we're going to talk about good meat because you have substitute lean proteins like ground turkey breasts or chicken breasts where you would normally use beef or more fattening meats. Turkey chili, meatballs, and turkey burgers can still be a familiar classic but much healthier. And especially going into grilling season now, this is perfect opportunity to use these.
Indeed.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I switched over to using the lean chicken breast, turkey breast in meatballs and chili and things like that a few years back, and I never looked back afterward. I know, the health factor is much better, and when you're making like a chili, all the flavors are coming from the sauce that it's in, so you're not really. I didn't miss it after a while. At first, I was like, oh, that's different. But then after a while, like that's what I want. I, don't want that the other way anymore. So
How interesting. And you don't find that the meat dries out at all? Because that's immediately what you think, right? Especially on the grill, like Dennis said, oh, to put a hamburger and now there isn't any fat. Is it really dry, or what do you substitute to keep that moisture and flavor in there?
good question. I have an answer for that. I grate zucchini into my mixture for meatballs or for turkey burgers or chicken burgers, etc., etc. I do a grate of zucchini, and I add that into the mixture, and the zucchini has that moisture, so it helps keep it nice and moist instead of drying it out. But you do have to kind of be careful because it will dry out faster than meat. Yes.
Have you ever used mushrooms to help keep them moist too?
Well, that makes sense. That's a good one.
There's a lot of water in mushrooms, and it's kind of a nice meat substitute. Now, I use chicken when I make burgers. I don't use turkey because turkey dries out, and ground chicken meat has a much better consistency and I think a better flavor all around. I don't eat beef. So, with those on the grill, they always come up nice and moist, and it's a great alternative to beef.
But do you add any seasoning or anything, or just very natural, just salt and pepper?
Yeah, just salt and pepper. I mean, I don't, because usually when you get the ground chicken, it's so wet, you almost don't think it's going to hold together.
Really?
But you just have to trust it. Yeah, when you open up, compared to like ground beef or ground turkey, it's like almost saturated, and you're going to have just a little bit of a hard time making the burger out of it, but it'll form. And then when you put it on the grill, it cooks wonderfully. The texture is close to beef. The taste is excellent. I mean, and you could season it any way you want. If you want to make them, a different style, Old Bay or Cajun seasoning or Montreal seasoning, or you could add anything you want into it. But it's really, I mean, that's all I eat is chicken. Once I found chicken, I stopped eating turkey burgers altogether, and it's always chicken burgers.
How interesting. I've made turkey burgers, of course, but I've never tried chicken burgers. That's a great idea. So do you make the patties and put them in the fridge first so that they stay a little bit firm, or no?
But usually I don't think that far ahead when I'm feeding myself. So I just open up the pack, form them, put them on a plate, and you can transfer them. It's not like they fall apart or anything.
Okay.
Just spatula to pick them up, and once they cook on one side, they're perfect. They turn easy. And they're so moist and juicy. I said I can't tell the difference.
I tell you what, I'm going to have to try that.
To-do list.
Yes.
Excellent. All right, let me throw another one. Since we're talking about meat and things like that, you have a wonderful slide here on tacos that caught my attention that I want to slide.
And that's something my boys love, tacos.
Well, there's not many people that don't love tacos, but you have some nice tips about here on that. Oh, and Renee just said lean beef is actually very healthy. So it's anything. It's like what you get. Lean beef. The problem with that is when you take more of the fat out, you do lose some of the flavor and the tenderness. That's kind of what makes it special. But for your tacos, you have top tacos with chili with plain Greek yogurt instead of sour cream. Excellent idea.
Love it. I can't believe I never thought to do that. That's a great tip.
It kind of has that sour cream flavor. The Greek yogurt's got that tang to it, but it'll be a lot better for you than dolloping on the sour cream. I thought it would be weird at first, and then I'm like, oh, makes sense. Duh.
So what meat do you use for your tacos, or do you do veggie tacos?
Well, it depends. I do like a veggie taco. we do fajitas sometimes. Sometimes I do like a ground turkey breast or chicken breast, depending on what's at the store. I don't know. I mix it up depending on what I feel like or what's in the kitchen.
If you ever want to think a little outside of the box, I did a taco bar, and I thought completely opposite of anything Mexican, and I had some Middle Eastern dishes to put inside the taco. I had some couscous done up. I did some, I'm trying to think of everything that I had. Lentils, spicy lentils made, and some different items like that. So think about it as a vessel, too. And you could really take it in a lot of different directions instead of just going Mexican with it.
You know, that's a great idea. And I have to say, as a mom, again, that's another great tip. I find that my kids, once I set up, whether it's a pizza bar, a taco bar, a wrap bar, they love having different things out in bowls and choosing what they put in it. And
Sure.
it's amazing what they'll try. If they are able to choose how much to put in there and what they want to combine, more so than if I make it and say, oh, here, try it. I promise you're going to like it. So letting them have a little bit of that decision-making really works. It's one of our favorite nights is when we do a taco bar or pizza bar. They really just enjoy it.
Yeah, try a Middle Eastern theme one. I mean, you can use hummus. You can really change it up, and you'll find that the flavors are very close in some respects to Mexican too, so you'll enjoy those flavors. And I've just popped another slide up, and it's wrap it up. Instead of putting stir fry over a bed of rice, wrap it in Bibb lettuce leaves to make a lettuce wrap.
Love it.
I do that all the time now. I used to just have a big mound of white rice, which is delicious, but had to be healthier. So I love having the Bibb lettuce leaves. Nice, they got that nice cool crunch to them. So it's a nice contrast when you've got the warm stir fry or lettuce wrap mix that you put inside of it. And also a really good clean out your refrigerator meal too, because I like just putting whatever vegetables I have to make into the stir fry mixture. They all just go in.
Absolutely.
My lettuce wraps are definitely made with shrimp. Love the combination of some veggies and shrimp and then wrapping it yourself. Oh my gosh, so good.
Excellent. Well, we're a little past the half-hour mark, and we have some other news to share. So I do have some other slides. We could move on though and start talking about. We wanted to talk to Seth and Lisa about the Dream Bank a little, I think, too, didn't we? Because you're going to be taking a trip up to the Dream Bank soon. Yes,
absolutely. It is such a fantastic place, and I would love for Seth and Lisa to tell us a little bit more about it.
I hope they're ready. They're muted right now, so we'll have to. There we go.
Okay. We all set, Dennis?
Yeah, we're set.
Great. Okay, wonderful. Yeah, so last October we had Isabel up to Madison at our Dream Bank, interactive and sort of inspirational environment, and she did a wonderful job. Got a great reaction, great in-person audience as well as an online audience, and we're excited to have her up again July 26th, which is a Saturday, from 1 to 3 p.m. We will be broadcasting her live at that time. And it's 1 to 3 p.m. Central Daylight Time. So again, extremely excited to have her up again. The theme is going to be similar as it is today. So we will share details, a link to where you can RSVP to that event probably in the next couple weeks, so stay tuned.
Sounds good.
It is, and for anyone who has not been to Madison, I have to tell you, so when I was invited to go out last October, I had no idea what to expect, right? What could a Dream Bank be? It is the most amazing place. So imagine almost like, remember those kids' museums that you would go in and your children could play for hours? So it's almost that type of atmosphere, but for adults. And it's all about inspiring you to dream. And when you walk in, what I loved is they give you a little key and then a little booklet to fill out. And it really makes you think about, okay, what are my goals? And, what are the steps that I could take to achieving my dreams? truly a magical place. And if you're ever in Madison, Wisconsin, I would highly recommend that you visit it. So, great place, really enjoyed it, and thank you. Can't wait to get back there for sure.
What?
Yes, Katie will be joining me. We'll get to go and experience it and do a cooking demo. So we're really, really excited about it. Thank you.
That sounds like a lot of fun, and actually it's leading into something else that we're going to be doing next month, early in the month, to prepare for the trip to Madison and working in the Dream Bank, and is that we're going to be holding a special HOA just like this one, but it'll be a little earlier in the day, I think. I'm not sure if we firmed up the day and time yet, so I don't want to talk too much about that, but we're going to be offering a little bit of a contest. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that, Isabel?
Absolutely. So we really want to inspire everyone to join us and come together, try to take some of those recipes and come up with a healthy twist, sneak in some of those veggies, and even, the entire family getting outdoor together. What's more important than teaching our children to choose dreams and really think about when you feel good, when you eat good food, it's so much easier to achieve those dreams. So we're going to be having a fun one-day event, and it's going to be a great contest that will have 3 prizes. So we really would love to have you all come, share your favorite recipes, and in the end, the winners are going to be chosen depending on the most social shares and interaction. So it's a really fun way, since we're all about social media, to get word out there really about choosing dreams, just like the American Family encourages us to.
We always talk about eating healthier, and it's events like these that really help us to get ideas and push us a little more in the right direction, because if not, we want, and then we pop food in the microwave and close the door, or we go through the drive-through and we just don't think. So I feel like this zoodle tonight, I love that. I can't wait to try them. I've never seen them up close. They look great.
That is so true, and really one of the things that I really took out of the Dream Bank and working with the folks at American Family is that really if you just start taking those first steps and really thinking about it, we all can achieve our dreams. So it's just, wonderful inspiration. And I always look at it as our blogging community has such fantastic recipes and tips. So what a fun event to get everyone together and sharing their favorite recipes to get us excited for our event at Dream Bank.
Yep, and we're going to have some fun doing it. We'll send out the details later, but we're going to give everyone an opportunity to share their recipes, their stories. We've all got stories to share about where we got some of these recipes that we've clung to since we were young, or maybe that our grandmother passed to us, or a special friend that has made things and shared this with us. So we're going to give you an opportunity to do more than just post a recipe too. You're going to be able to talk about some stories that you had gotten the recipe, or some pictures. So there'll be a lot of ways for people to participate in this event, and it's going to be a lot of fun for everyone, and you're going to get some great ideas for eating healthy.
Absolutely. I'm really looking forward to it, and I know Katie is too.
Katie, you have been a natural tonight. I loved having you in there. We're gonna need to get you doing more videos.
Make me blush.
Aww. So thank you so much, Seth. Lisa, anything you'd like to leave us with? I think we're getting towards a close, unless anyone has anything else they want to talk about.
I think I just, I want to thank everybody for joining us, all of our viewers. We have quite a few RSVPs tonight, so that's excellent news, and lots of great engagement. I love how much people participate in these live events. It's really inspirational for me, and I even walk away with some great tips that I can share with my family. So thank you as a community, all of you, for contributing to this, and a special thanks to Katie, Isabel, and Dennis for helping make all this possible.
Thanks everyone for joining in, and we're looking so much forward to the Dream Bank event, and we hope all of you join again.
Thanks so much for having us. We really, really enjoyed it. And I'm off to have some of this.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. I haven't had dinner yet.
That's not fair.
You guys are
We're
fighting.
very envious.
It's so good. So, cheers.
Cheers. All right, have a great night, everyone. Thank you so much for coming.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
everyone.